Apex Online Racing is sponsored by Elgato, who created this lovely stream deck. For more information about the stream deck, the link is in the description below.
Good evening and welcome to round 2 of AOR's GT3 Season 8. And this is Tier 1, the Speedy Boys. I'm Rage F1 and I am joined by, as always, the amazing Saffzo! How you doing, buddy?
Doing alright, how are you?
Yeah, I'm very good. I've had my coffee, I am pumped for this. It's Misano, we never get Misano. I'm excited. Misano is a fan favourite, I tell you that much. Everyone and their uncle loves Misano. And I'm excited to see what these boys can do. Will we have another crazy win that no one expected? I'm excited to see what's going down. We've got 12 minutes left of qualifying. Everyone is with us in the chat. Welcome. I hope you guys are excited. We've got some new paints coming through properly, which is the first time that we've tried to get them all working all together properly. But yes, can George Booth be shine again? I was very impressed with how well he went last time. But yes, I think we're going to see a very, very crazy race. I'm not sure if last week's winner is with us today. I can't see Michael in the list. I'm just trying to go through here. see if I can find him. Another name I can't quite see in the list there is... oh, there we go. We do have Malinowski down towards the back at the moment. But I'm pretty sure we are missing a few people this afternoon. He did say, actually, in the Discord that he wasn't able to make the next couple of rounds, or at least this next round, I think, due to a holiday. But I will just quickly double-check that. But that leaves the door open, right?
Absolutely.
Leaves it wide open for anyone to come in and have a go. Yeah. So I'm not too sure what the kind of like the balance of power is like around Misano. I'm not sure which car is one of those that's just going to run away. I think it's anyone's game. I'm trying to find this message he said about him not joining us this week, but I can't quite find it. We'll come back to that though when I do find it. Anyway, it was a stunning win last time out, but not going to be able to do that this time around because he's not here. Never mind. Yeah, can't quite find it. Anyway, we'll come back to that. We'll come back. I'll see if I can find some more information about what happened last time out. Last time we were here. I'll get the results up because I've got the worst memory known to man. Yes, it was Michael Tauscher, sorry, can never remember his surname, getting maximum points. Redouin Masoud did a very good job getting second place. Then George Boothby in third. Then it was Marek Schintz, Luca Weidelich, Tinko van der Velde, Dominic Goltz, McCormack, Sherapin, and Niels. I think that was now Porsche Niels in the PPR Porsche, rounding out the top 10. So there was some interesting stuff, but yes, big name. Michael Tausch is not going to be joining us this afternoon, at least. At the moment, though, what are we seeing out there on track? Any crazy bits happening? Well, George Boothby's put in a very good time, a 1:32.2. Any other crazy bits? Alexander Smoljar has done a very good time too, only a 10th off. Luke Whitehead back up towards the pointy end, which is very good and interesting to see. Let's jump on board with some of these boys. We're on board at the moment with George. See if he can improve. I think George is definitely the name of the hour at the moment, isn't it? How happy were you to see George Russell on the almost top step, even though it was a bit of a farce?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It was a bit sort of, yeah, he's there, but... if he's happy, that's all that matters, I guess, but... I'm sure he would have rather to have actually done the race and earned that podium in the race rather than qualifying, but...
I mean, the qualifying was
incredible. Wonderful.
Really good. I mean, I just like seeing George do well. Like, he's such a nice guy, so...
And that qualifying almost definitely confirms who Merck have picked for next year's lineup.
Yeah, I mean, they would be silly not to, right? Unless they've got some kind of... Well, I don't think they had a contract in place. So yeah, I can't see that being the case. Bottas has to be going back to Williams next time, as George Boothby does actually stretch out his lead by another 10th or so. We've got Luke Whitehead currently out, just about to come across the line. He is going to improve this time. Last corner was a little sketchy, still okay. PPR Esports looking fine in that McLaren. He should be beating that time just, and he does. Puts himself second row. That'll be third. Pulls over right across the line. Gotta be careful you don't impede some of your fellow drivers, but he's out of the car and into the pits at least. Danita Sherapin's coming across the line. He's got 3 tenths under his belt. He's going to put himself at the pointy end. That's fourth again, second row, joining Luke Whitehead. That's a good showing from him. Haven't got anyone else out on track that's doing quite well. Hugo Merles coming through the latter end of the lap. He is up a few tenths here. Might see a slight improvement from him. We've got plenty of time left in qualifying. I love the last corner in Misano. It's such a free-flowing track, this. Definitely one that we need to do some endurance racing in. It doesn't improve, though, for Hugo, unfortunately. Pulls over across the line. Right. On board at the moment with Matteo Bolotto. Currently in second place, Racing Line Motorsport in a very nice little Boatley Bentley. No improvements there. I think that was an out lap, so maybe we'll stay with him. See what he can do. We'll stay on board, I think. See if he can come across the line. Some people in the chat were saying they're looking forward to when Saffzo says on lap 1, turn 1, oh, there's been a crash. I'm also excited about that. I've still been trying to get this flipping instant replay to work. It just doesn't work. It's really annoying. We need to use, I think we just need to use a different bit of software to do the streaming with, because, not the streaming, but the hosting, at least, that the replays work properly, because this one we're using currently is absolute trash. So we have to rely on just hopes and dreams and catching up at the end of the race for all of those crazy little dives. At the moment, Matteo isn't improving. He's kind of on the bubble. He's not down. He's not up. Got a bit of traffic coming up ahead, as everyone almost is out, apart from Zelch down there in 20th. Everyone's out doing probably one of 2 more laps remaining left in this session. Any standouts there? Can't really see. Cannabich is doing very well, in 8th position, only 3/10 off. These boys are fast round here, look. We're a second between everyone, pretty much. There's just a second between 1st and pretty much 30th. We'll go down that list in a minute. Matteo, I think, has thrown this away. He's got out of it completely. No improvements from him. Yeah, let's just jump down towards the back then. So a second all the way down to 35th place. That's absolutely nuts. Ryan McIntosh. Ryan was the man of the hour only a couple of hours ago, fighting right to the very end in the 9 hours of Donington, and it was almost a photo finish with him and Leo Hervonen. I can never say his surname. It was a crazy race. 9 hours of absolute mentalness. Did you tune into any of it, Saf? Did you have a little look at any point?
No, I was far too busy to tune in, unfortunately.
It's all right. It's all good. It was a crazy race. Crazy race. Literally the lead was about to change on the very last lap, apart all the way down to 9 hours. Absolutely crazy. But yes, I'm missing out a little bit of chat here. Sorry, guys. I might take an educated guess that Misano might be a McLaren track. I don't know. We'll have a look at the top boys in a minute. We're on board at the moment with Ryan McIntosh. Are they all...
6 out of the top 8 are McLaren.
Yeah. McLaren's and Bentley's doing very well, it seems. George Boothby still in the lead.
I think he's about to do another lap.
He's just starting one now. Should we go on board with George?
I think that'd be an idea.
Oh, look at how much curb he takes on the entrance and apex. Really riding the curb round here. Look at that. He's almost off the track on the curb so much. I've never seen a line like that through here. It's probably why I'm so slow. Braking at the 50-metre board, or at least about a metre just before it. Clattering the curb. Tucking it in again for that kind of double apex through there. And just riding these curbs. They can be brutal round here, and you can lose a fair bit of time if you hit it the wrong way. But Boothby, it's almost like Norris was in qualifying through the final couple of corners, wasn't he? Do you remember that in Spa? He was literally launching himself over them. No one else was kind of using them as much until Danny Ricciardo decided, I might give that a go, and had a little ride over them as well. Boothby then, he's not up at the moment, but he's chasing his time down. He's currently riding on the bubble. He's not improving. He's not any slower, so we might see not a lot here, but we'll stay with him. This is an incredibly fast little section here. We'll stay flat through this little corner. And then braking as soon as you come into this apex. That's so hard to do in a McLaren because the tail just wants to kick on you. Oh, I think he might have thrown it away there. Yet he has. Yeah. Just getting a little unsettled and had to move out the way for Bellotto there. Matteo looking to come through. He is on a charge. He's up actually on this time. If he can get this in, he'll be taking provisional pole here at Misano. That's definitely what you want.
Last corner.
He's up still. It's going to be top spot. It is. Yeah. Bellotto top spot for now. For now, I must stress. Boothby only 0.04 behind. McCormack almost exactly the same time as Boothby. And Luke Whitehead currently in the pit, just a 1/10.5 down. Whoa, we've got a close qualifying session here, guys. And it's not all McLarens.
It's actually a Bentley on top and a Bentley in third. But then the next Bentley is down in 13th. Meanwhile, McLaren have 4th to 8th locked out.
I'll turn the sound up a tiny bit, guys. If I turn it up too much, when we go in the car, it's deafening. It's only a little bit quieter on the outside view, obviously, because, you know, you're outside of the car, unfortunately. So, yeah, I won't turn it up any further than that, because otherwise it's absolutely deafening for anyone else when we go on board, which we will be doing very shortly, like now. Yeah, Matty doing a great job there. We're on board with Boothby then. He's got a couple of tricks up his sleeve to try and claw in the pole. We can see it there almost, but a little bit of work to do. It's this last sector that seems to be running away with him. Again, he's on kind of target here. I think the guys aren't going to be able to get out for another one. Matthew's done, I think. That's no more for him. Boothby then's got to run it all the way down. Oh, no, he's gone too wide on the exit. Ooh. Not going to improve. That's going to be all she wrote. Still, it's front row, but it's not quite what he wanted. He'll get one more roll of the dice if those tyres can live up to the punishment. We'll stay with this top guy, see what we can, see if we can see any improvements from him. But I think that is probably it for qualifying for a lot of these guys. Sherapin's in the pitch, Rose is in the pits, Zelch and Savalanian also in the pits. And no, George Boothby is done for the afternoon. That's no more improvements. The next Bentley down then is McCormack, very close to Boothby's time. Coming through the last corner here. He's not up at the moment, almost probably invalidating there. He wiggles the car in frustration as he did invalidate the lap going over the outside curb. Just too much there. Luke Whitehead then, the next man down who can challenge. He's not up on his time though. He's got a McLaren behind. I can't remember who that is because everyone's changed their paint, so I'm not straight away off the top of my head up to speed who that is. It could be Rose, but I'm not entirely sure. It might be Smolja. No, it's not. We'll stay with Luke at the moment. I think he's got out of the way, and that's no more from Luke. It could be Cannabeach, actually. Let's have a look. It was Cannabeach. There you go, in the Inception Racing. One of the nicest looking cars out there, isn't it, the number 8? What's your favourite at the moment, Saf?
Honestly, maybe Cannabeach.
It's pretty
not
spicy.
Seeing any particularly better than that.
It's spicy. Spicy boy. Right, the final seconds are ticking down here. As Cannabeach goes wide, I don't think he's going to be any improvements there.
Someone who is up is Van der Velde.
Yeah, I think we've got a slight issue with sound at the moment. Bear with me, guys. I'll see if I can get it sorted out for you. See if we can get that sorted, guys. I'm sorry. It's fine my side. It must be just a little bit of an issue with ACC. Just going to make sure we're all good on that front before the race starts. But yeah, I can see what you mean. There's no audio at all coming from the desktop side. But I'll try and get that fixed for you. Problem is, I've got nothing to measure it against because everyone's in the pits at the moment. So we'll see if we can get that fixed. I'll try my best. Right, anyway, before I can muck around with the sound, lads, let's have a look to see what's going on with this grid then, because I think at the moment we're probably going to be stuck with what we've got, unless I do some drastic things to change it. I'm not too sure what's going on with the sound. The only thing I can try and do is reload the source. I'll just quickly do that before we go live, because I don't want anyone to miss out anything at all. before that happens. So I don't think it's picking it up as it should do. So we'll just quickly do that quick. Okay, not sure it's working, guys. I don't know really what I can do. I'm not too sure why it's muted it only on Discord and for no one else. I haven't changed anything. It's exactly the same as it was and always has been. So yeah, a little bit confused. I might have to just leave it for this evening and see if I can fix it out, because we're midstream now. There's not really much I can do. I can't really reset it, unfortunately. I have to see what happens in a second. It's definitely not the stream side of things. It's something to do with OBS being a bit funny. So yeah, leave it with me. I'll see if I can fix it mid-race. Okay, right, let's quickly go through this grid just before we run out of time. So pole man was Matteo Bellotto, and then we've got George Boothby joining him on the front row. Looking back from then we got McCormack Whitehead joining second row. Tinko van der Velde and Daniela Sherapin will be on the third row. Fourth row is Smoljar and Rose. Fifth row is Kanabich and Schintz. Then we've got Jesse Kaupanen and Lucas Kreuzer in sixth row. And then Malanowski, look, back there in 13th. 14th would be Lewis Zelch. Luca Weidelich in 15th. 16th is Trevor Wenham. 17th is Nick Nibbles. And then we've got Cody in 18th place. 19th is Savalainen, sorry. And then 20th, we've got Lutsiek. And then we've got Pim van Mil in 21st. Delking down in 22nd position. And we've got Dominic Galtz in 23rd. Alex Torregrossa in 24th. Moving then a little bit further down, then we've got Atkins in 20th. Remy Papin, Tier 2 champion in 26th. Porsche Nils down in 27th. Ryan McIntosh 28th. Hugo Merlers in 29th. Adam DeBille in 30th. Jack Noller in 31st. Kieran Prendergast 32nd. And then we got Christoph Verstappen in 33rd. Absmir, we've never seen him, in 34th. Samir Foch, and then Connor Wright in 35th and 36th. We've got a big grid today. Romanenko in 37th. Kevin Niles in 38th. Mikhail Baikov in 39th. And then we've got Julian Vanbrugh 40th. And Theo Overhouse at the back there in the Audi. Okay, right, let's see what we can get on to this time, lads. See if we can get a good race going. Go on board with these cars and see if we've got anything I can do is just try and turn up the game noise a little bit more my side. Just see if it's an issue that I can sort out quickly before we go live. Let's do this. Pop it up a bit more for you. It didn't save. There we go. That's a lot better. Let us know in the chat if that fixed the issue. No idea why it was on 2%, but I think that's probably the saving grace. We don't want it too loud. We won't be able to hear me and Saf make pretend engine noises. Oh, big Prentice Senior, son is 32nd. Well, he's got a lot of work to do back then. It's not all over, definitely. Kieran Prendergast can see if he can do some fantastic things back there. Right, we've got a whole lap of this. Got a whole lap of getting round before we go live here. Yeah, it's high volume. Cheers, BGS. Right, Saf, who give us your top three? Who do you reckon?
Wow, top three. Good God. You say Boothby first, Blotto second, Whitehead third. Wait and see.
Okay. Do you think Whitehead's going to make his way through? Yeah. Well, everyone was very close. I think you're right. I think we're going to see a McLaren resurgence through the field, definitely. Smoljar, definitely one to look forward to. Sherapin, also the 777. Yeah, Boothby, I think, might have a chance to take the win here. I'm going to go Boothby, Whitehead, Smoljar. to really throw things out there. Yeah.
Do you think Blotto, do you think he's going to just spin it or mess up the strategy? How do you think he's going to fall down?
I don't know. I just think I've never. He's new at least to this tier league. We haven't seen him, so we don't know what to rate his race pace performance as. At least I'm sure he's very well known in the community, but at least for AOR, not so. So yeah, unsure on that pace over one lap. We can always go on what we've seen before with Boothby, obviously coming out with third place last time around. Whitehead, we know, is definitely capable of those wins, and Alexander Smoljar, being an F3 driver, also always very, very threatening. But we are about to go green, Saf. Keep an eye on that back end of the grid and do shout if we have a crash, because I definitely want to hear it, and we'll jump down as quick as we can to see who's involved. But they're rolling towards the green light here for round 2. Misano, boys. Let's see what happens through the start here. There's 3 wide at the back and also in the middle here. McLaren's dancing through turn 1. We're all good. And Boothby attacking already, getting up into P1, making moves past Blotto, getting the job done. Luke Whitehead looking menacing round the side of McCormack there. There's a small touch, and there's a dive up the outside from the McLaren. Really good stuff. Can he hold it round? I think he has. He's just about going to come back to him here.
Oh, big crash.
Big crash, I hear. Are we
Canna
good?
Beach, Overhouse, and Bykov.
Okay, we didn't jump back down. I didn't quite see anything. Not seeing it. Jumping up.
They've gone away again. Bykov's definitely lost out the most.
Okay, they've run away again. Big crash. On board at the moment with Danila Cherepin. Actually, sorry, I thought I saw a car off on the grass then, but it wasn't. It was a giant post. We're still getting racing at the top end between Luke Whitehead and Bellotto. I think if we go on board with McCormack, we might see what's going on here. It looks like he's actually got ahead. Maybe it was McCormack who was involving, and not Bellotto, who has dropped down a few places. Whitehead goes for a move up the inside there. That's dangerous through that corner, and they both go wide. Got to be careful not to get too many notches on your scorecard already, because that will lead to a drive-through. You've got an hour.
Oh, big, massive crash. Massive crash.
Dear. What's going on? Oh, there is a car off at the back there.
There's 3 cars off. That is Van Mil, Papin, and Toro Grosso. No, so yeah, Toro Grosso. And now there's another incident. That is Van der Korkilt and Vanbrugh.
Okay, I'm looking at what's going on here from the back there. From Pim's point of view, we did see him spun round.
People are coming into the pits for damage.
Yeah, it's got to be done. It's happened. Nico is very happy to hear you shout out, "Oh, it's a big crash!" It's happened already. Very sad to see, but however, I think everyone's excited. Oh, I must say, Pim Van Mil's paint is almost up there with my favourites. Hop down to the number 619 in 34th and have a look at that paint scheme. That's very 90s-esque.
Ooh, that isn't too bad.
It does look rather nice, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pim running around in the MBR team. I'm assuming that stands for something. I've got no idea what, but there you go. They don't tell us all this information. But yeah, 619 then, running around 34th, unfortunately having a slight incident in lap 1. Let's jump up towards the top end then, because Luke Whitehead was getting very racy. He's actually managed to get past McCormack now, and he's chasing down Boothby, who's made a bit of a gap. We've got 1.3 seconds ahead from the guys in front. Bellotto already in trouble and fighting against the guys in front.
Cherepin and Malinowski.
Oh, now that sounds spicy. Let's see what Malinowski's doing here. Oh, there's a car up the inside. Is that Krauser? Lucas is jumping up the inside, I think.
Yep.
The number 70. We've got battles going on throughout the grid. It's very hard to keep an eye on what's going on and when it happens.
Went for a move, didn't work out, went off the track, and Lucas was able to take advantage.
Some cars going wide there.
Yeah.
What I'm going to do, just so we all know what's going on, I'm just going to get a little something to help us out. Ooh. We're on board at the moment with Malinowski. I love his paint name is Random Pasta Bowl. I don't know why, but there you go. Mr. Tortellini living up to his name. Let's see if we can get some information about Misano. That's what I want. I want a little track map. So when we're screaming about things and when they're happening, we know exactly what corner it's on. At the moment, we're a little bit in the dark. Malinowski then, currently 8th position. Porsche's struggling this time round. We're going 2 or 3 wide back there before we come through this little middle section into 11. See, I now know what turns they are. Many Porsches all going crazy there together. That is a battle and a half, isn't it? Jesus. There's cars going, bumping into each other in very high speed section into 12 and 13, but no real accidents there as the lovely Ferrari of Onro Rose jumps past Nick Nepals in the number 12 Bentley, losing out in many places through that section. And he's going to be a little bit disappointed with that showing. A little bit of work to do there. We're on board with Bellotto, who's trying to claw back this race after it's gone somewhat wayward at the beginning. Luke Whitehead coming under attack there from McCormack, getting quite close. There's so many races going on here, guys. I don't know where to look. Weidelich getting very close to Zelch as well. Might see a move with those boys back. Henri Rose looking threatening. Let's stay with this pack because it seems to be one of the most dangerous ones.
McCormack staying close to Whitehead at the moment.
Yeah, he is indeed. I did actually get told that McCormack first name is Dara. It's Irish,
Dara.
Obviously, like Dara O'Brien. Because we were all over the place with his first name. McCormack was where we were staying. So those crazy Irish names coming in and haunting us again, Saf.
This is the first time we've had an Irish name, isn't it?
I'm just haunted by Irishmen. I don't know about you.
I don't know. No.
Give me your potatoes, Reed. You know you want to give them to me.
I get that. Just 2 a.m. in the morning. It's frightening.
Fair enough.
Can you see? That's not polite racism in these days, isn't it? Friendly Irish racism. We'll get the Irish institution on our back if we carry on giving Irish impressions. No one wants that. Look what happened to Top Gear when they started messing with the Mexicans. Dangerous stuff.
Smart has gone off.
Oh, goodness. We're on board with Rose at the moment, getting mugged by quite a few people. Nepals getting that place back after he lost out last couple of laps and has managed to jump up a few places. There is cars everywhere through Misano. Who said that we shouldn't be racing in Misano? Misano is definitely a crazy track to be racing in, and Rose is in the middle of some great battles here. Let's jump onto the old fail cam because we're going to see some crazy stuff. There's a PPR racing team car, then in a long old line of Porsches and Ferraris. I think that's Pride King. Prendergast back there in 19th. He's very much improved from the mid-30s, I think, from qualifying. Doing a great job this afternoon. What have we got going over? I think Van der Velde is going to make a move soon on Schintz. Wow, have we got some changes at the top? I don't remember Schintz being that far up. What's happened to our top boys? Ah, he's not. He's 6th. Well, I'm getting a bit carried away. Haunted by Irishmen. Oh, we do have Henri Rose though on the gravel there through. I think that's 9 and 10 possibly. No, it's a little bit further round. We're coming through 14 and 15. But yeah, definitely not what you want at that point in the track. Loses a good few places because of that. He's put into the pack of Ferraris chasing. This bottom end of cars is absolutely relentless. I would definitely not like to be in that pack because one little mistake and you lose so many places. Right, let's see what Luke's doing. He's a second and a half off the pace and he is being haunted by McCormack, just as you were saying, just as I am by small Irishmen. But talking of small Irishmen, he's about to make a move.
Not quite.
No, he's thinking again of it, I think. Doesn't want to put the nose up the inside. Let's go on board, I think, with Dara. Run through this field then whilst we're on board with McCormack. so we know where everyone is, because we've had a good couple of laps to kind of get settled. So George Boothby then leading after a somewhat disappointing qualifying, managed to do well to get himself at the pointy end. Luke Whitehead then in second place. Good resurgence from him after a bit of a disaster last week. Third place, we've got McCormack. We're on board with him right now. Alexander Smolja, how far back is he? About a second or so, but still threatening. He is being chased by Bellotto. Matteo doing... not having the best of afternoons, I think, after a very good qualifying. Merrick Shintz then in 6th. And we've got 7th, Tinker van der Velde. 8th is Malinowski, always up in the pointy end. Lucas Krozer in 9th. And then we got Jesse Kaupanen in 10th. Lewis Zelch, Savalinian, Nick Nipples, Luca Weidelich, Cody Pride and Darren King all the way back from 10th to 16th. Then we've got Lutzig, Henri Rose, we were watching earlier. Kieran Prendergast up into 19th place, doing very well. Romanenko in 20th. Jack Noller, 21st. Hugo Merles, 22nd. Then we got some big names coming. Connor Wright, Ryan McIntosh, Cannabeach, Samir Foch from 23rd down to 26th. Baikov, Debil, Pimban Mill, 29th. Yes, it's getting all kind of spicy at the back. Verstreppen, Torregrossa, Atkins, Sherapin, all the way back from 30th to 33rd. Theo Overhouse, 34th. And then we've got Kevin Niles, Wenham, Goltz, Vanbrugh, all the way back to 38th. And then Jason Absmere, Remy Papin, and Portia Niels is last and actually out of this race already. Got the first casualty. And it's, unfortunately, it's Portia Niels. But he wished he stayed in the McLaren, eh?
Probably.
Right. So we are kind of, the gaps are kind of eking out slowly in this top 5.
Fight for 18th.
Fight for 18th. Let's have a little look. Any news from the boys in the other boxes where they give horrible, horrible afternoons to people, i.e. the stewards?
There has been nothing in race control so far. There were a couple drive-throughs on the first lap, but I don't know if that was from the game or from the stewards.
Yep, there's a little fight here with Noller, Prendergast and Romanenko getting quite spicy.
Behind as well, Rose, Mellors and Wright fighting for 20th. And actually Connor Wright under attack from Cannabeach.
Well, that's...
Cannabeach tries to come around the outside, has to back out. Yeah, it's going to have to at least wait till the next straight, if not later, to make a move.
It's definitely not the position you want to be in, is where you're defending from Cannabeach, I'm telling you.
Definitely not.
It's quite spicy. We're on board at the moment with Noller. Chasing down Prendergast and Romanenko. I think they probably just got past him for position. This is for 19th. And yeah, you're saying Rose and Connor Wright getting very close. Cannabeach also right in that little fight. Let's go on board here as Cannabeach is fighting against Connor Wright and Honore Rose as they go through this section here. 11 Kink is tough, and they both go together as they approach 12 and 13. Someone's got a break. Wright's got the inside. He's going to take that one, I think, as Rose goes wide off onto the rumble strip. And Cannabeach might jump up the inside here if Rose isn't careful. The Jean Alesi livery looking mighty fine. The two most prettiest cars on the track next to each other at the moment. Ryan McIntosh just behind, defending as they both come into the pit. That's Rose and McIntosh in the pit already. 47 to go. And we're seeing some changes around there. Some of the boys wanting to get some new boots on, get some more fuel, and going out for the last 40 minutes and get it done now. Get out of this traffic and see if you can get some laps in, I guess, and improve your position. I guess that's the only benefit of coming in now, right? Unless you've got damage. Just get some free air.
Yeah, pretty much. Hugo Mills and Kieran Prendergast has had a very close moment, and now I believe that's Connor Wright going for a move. And oh, it's Cannabeach nearly hitting the back of him. Getting very close, but not quite touching, and like earlier in the race. Now I think Connor Wright's still trying to line up Hugo Mills down the inside. Not quite alongside enough. So he's going to have to back out and wait once more.
Black Gold Source saying it's good to see that Wright's not having wheel issues anymore, which is good. I didn't know he was having wheel issues. Did we touch on that last week, possibly?
I don't remember anything about that.
I think there might have been some speakers of some issues, input issues or something, that BGS was telling us about with Wright's wheel. Yeah, 21st place. The pace has definitely changed around, or at least the running order has changed when people choose different cars and such. We've got a few new names in this. You don't normally see the likes of Merles, Wright, Cannabeach and Adam DeBeal down as far as they are. Sherapin also down in 27th, but he's pitted, so he's first of the re-pitters, so we'll see probably that change around later. Zelch then has come in for a pit, getting some new shoes. We're on board with Cannabeach as he's sizing up the back here of Connor Wright. Go for a move into turn 1. He goes to the inside. Wright's getting all of the rumble strip. Wants to get a good apex, and he gets the good drive through as well. Cannabeach going to have to wait a little further down. He's got some damage on that car as well. The Inception 8.
And they're letting the likes of Samir Foch behind catch up, so if they want to get past one another, this is the time to do it.
Yep. You're right, yeah, Foch, DeBeal, Bykov all getting quite racy behind. Bykov is using that rather spicy paint as well. The Mona Lisa paint job, as I'll call it. Right, let's see what's going on towards the top then. Boothby still lapping around, but he's actually under attack here from McCormack. It looks like we missed that move for second place. I think McCormack just made it work against Luke Whitehead. I'm not too sure where that came, but it did come. Falling back then from Boothby, we've got Whitehead, like I say. Smolyar in 4th. I'm almost bang on my thingy. If McCormack has an incident here, it would be Boothby, Whitehead, Smolyar, and my prediction would be bang on right. Matteo is in 5th, Tinko van der Velde 6th, Marek Schintz in 7th, Mananowski in 8th, still kind of there in the hunt. Lucas Krozer in 9th, and 10th is Jesse Kalpanen still there, and they're still battling together, all of these guys. They're very, very close. Marek Schintz getting close to Tinko. We might have to hop back to that little battle in a minute, because Mananowski is knocking on the door as well. Let's see what Tinko's up to in the 66 Team Tinko car. He's trying to put on a bit of a defence with 2 Porsches knocking on the door. And coming up some bat markers already, I think it is. It's pitted cars they're about to come through. Yeah, look, they're flashing. Tinko's trying to get past because he's got 2 very speedy boys knocking on the door. He doesn't want to have to wait around too much as the 66 tries to sieve through traffic here. There's plenty of places to overtake around Misano. It's a great little track. McCormack.
Meanwhile,
sorry, carry on.
Cannabeach got past Connor right before he came into the pits, and he's now on the back of Hugo Mills.
Yeah, I can see, look, 4/10 is the gap between Cannabeach and Merles. We'll keep an eye on that. I think Merles also close to Prendergast too, so maybe we should hop down and see what's happening. What we need to do, though, is just make sure we don't miss what's going on with McCormack and Boothby, because we don't want to miss a great little fight going on there, because I think if we go down to Merles and Prendergast, we will probably lose them on the list, and I don't want to lose them totally.
Keep an eye on Cannabeach, Mills, Prendergast, so I can keep an eye on the top.
Okay, yep, no, that sounds like a plan. As Prendergast has got past Merles there.
Cannabeach has a 5-second penalty.
Who has, sorry?
Cannabeach has got 10 seconds of penalties.
Oh, yeah, and Sherapin has too. Okay, that might be from what happened at the very beginning as Savalanian comes in for his pit. Let's see where he comes out against Danita Sherapin. So Sherapin's time will then have to be added on to the end of his race time. There's lots of damage in these cars in the mid-pack. Merle's struggling with quite a bit of front-end damage on that car. It's probably why he's under attack so aggressively then by Cannabeach. Cannabeach then got a huge penalty he's got to work with too. "10 seconds in this kind of group of cars is huge. Everyone's so close that a 10-second penalty is going to cost you a lot of time and give you a bit of a headache for the race. Especially they're down in 19th place at the moment. It's going to pop them outside the, almost outside the top 30 with a 10-second. Cannabeach then not having a good afternoon. Nice little group here, trying to get close to each other. Prendergast, Merlis, Cannabich, Foch, Stabil. I think there's some back markers thrown in there for good measure. Tim joins us and says, "Evening, gents. Just finished a stinker at Laguna Seca. That's sacrilege. Laguna Seca's a lovely track. Think you can stink your way around Laguna Seca?"
Just wait till Saturday.
One to forget. I should stick to Tier 2 comms rather than racing. Oh, goodness, they're back. We'll remove them. There we go. Sorry about that, lads. There we go. I'm sure lots of people want to see what that person was advertising. However, it's not really family safe, so we'll get rid of them. I can only apologise. Unfortunately, we don't have much control as Cannabich goes for a dive up the inside of Merlis. Merlis sees it and gives him space on the apex. Nicely managed there from Hugo. Cannabich then racing him down towards 9 and 10. Funny little double apex corner this, but Merlis getting it spot on and actually putting Cannabich a bit of a disadvantage to Foch behind. How's that top group going? Don't want to miss anything funky.
McCormack and Boothby, it's been a sort of game of gaining a bit, losing a bit, gaining a bit, losing a bit, so not much has changed there. Smolya is still pretty close to Whitehead. And I believe... Where is he? Yeah, Blotto has come into the pits.
Okay, thanks for the little update there. He is the leader of the
pits. Someone's around, someone's stuck on the curb.
Oh wow, interesting. Whereabouts is that?
It's Absmeyer. It's the last place. He's completely stuck on the curb. And sort of in the air on 2 wheels.
Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, well, I'm sure the marshals will be down to assist him as soon as we can, because that is a bit of a crazy place to lose the car. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say he's disconnected, because we sometimes see this with ACC when you've got a disconnected car, and yeah, Jason Absmeyer...
So he hasn't actually got into that position.
Well, he's there, technically. He's just not there, if you know what I mean. It's a bit like, you know, that Schrodinger's cat equation, right? Is he in the box? Is he dead? Is he alive? Who knows? He's definitely on 2 wheels, but I don't think he's actually in that car, unless he is physically stuck, which I'm not sure he is. But yeah, the number 90 there.
Now that I think about that, it does look very disconnected-ish.
Yeah, I think that's probably a little disconnecty. But yeah, the helicam giving us a good bird's eye view of what's going on there. It does look hilarious. Should we get on board? Let's. Oh, that looks scary, doesn't it? What is it? Yeah, the car is still full throttle and there's no inputs.
Boothby made a mistake. We're calling to him past.
Oh my goodness, we're on board there and we missed it. Okay, we're on board with Boothby. And yeah, the car is tired and needs to sleep as this lead pack does pass that slapped car. George Boothby, unfortunately, losing the lead then to McCormack, getting back up there in the top spots.
The Ferrari... The 294 Ferrari's gone round, and I think they might have jumped out of the race.
Okay, 294 Ferrari. Not too sure who that is off the top of my head. A lot of these boys changing names and numbers and such.
One of the ones I cannot see the name of.
Okay, Lukazic. Volchik. Lukazic. Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Let's call him Lucas. It's just easier. He's gone. He has disconnected. I can't choose him to view, so he is done completely.
I shall investigate what happened. All I knew is that he was facing the wrong way and then poof not in the session.
Okay. Black Gold Sword says, never soften your anti-roll balls that low, lads. Otherwise you'll get hoofed into the the curbs around Misano. I don't think I've ever seen a car that in a curb in Misano. Hopefully we'll see him off that curb now we've come round a couple of times. I think it's just going to take a disconnect for that to happen, or at least the car to finally been released from the grips of the server. And I think it has moved now. I think we're all good through the back end of the course. Oh dear, never mind.
Oh no. I found out what happened to Lucas.
Ah, yes.
He got a budge from behind.
Oh, okay. So a little notch from behind. We might have a penalty coming up.
Car 48.
Car 48 is Romanenko in the McLaren.
Yeah, he's just tapped the back of Lucas, sent him round, and he's on his merry way. And then Prendergast, and then the group of Prendergast and Cannabich came in, and he's interrupted the battle. He's massively separated Cannabich and Prendergast.
Okay. Getting in the way then. Well, interestingly enough, Luke Whitehead was in this top battle, and he's come in for his change of tyres and such. So he's the leader of the pitters. That's right up there. I'll be interesting to see what happens with Smoljar when Whitehead comes round. Smoljar still in the pits. These leaders have got to be doing something soon, otherwise they're going to be under threat. Boothby losing a lot of time and letting a lapped car through. Not too sure what's going on with George Boothby. Not having a great time in that car at the moment. Not too sure what's going on with him, but he's losing a lot of time at the moment. McCormack then extending his lead now that he's just gained. Yeah, look, Boothby being overtaken by back markers. Not too sure what's going on in that car. He might be having a real-life IRL technical. Not too sure. So we might have to touch base with see what's happening with him. He's going to be under attack, and he has been under attack from Malik Shintz. I think George Boothby's got a huge issue here. He's going very slow. Has he got a puncture? He's pulling off the track. No, he's done. It might be a recalibration. We'll stay with him. If he gets going, I reckon that was a hardware issue from him. The shifting, if he's stuck in fourth, we're hearing. And he's gone.
He's out.
He is out. Boothby's done. He couldn't even control or delete. That is it. He is done for the race. As Dara McCormack then's almost given a window of opportunity here. He's got to decide to make this pit sooner rather than later, otherwise he's going to be overtaken by Luke Whitehead. So Luke, looking pretty in this situation at the moment, might be able to jump McCormack. We'll have to see. He's to restart the game. Okay, his wheel cut out. Sounds like he's not shifting. Yeah, wheel broken. Okay, stuck in fourth. Never mind. Boothby then. Sorry.
Sorry, mate.
No.
Shintz is now in prime position to take the lead of the championship because Boothby was the highest in the championship taking part. Now that he's gone, Shintz in fourth place in the championship could go 73 points in front of the current championship leader.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yep. So Shintz could really do well out of this little incident. But he, at the moment, he hasn't pitted. I would definitely think that Whitehead and Bellotto will overtake Shintz after this little round of pits. But still, he's going to be up there for big points. Yeah. Malinowski, Niepels, Pim Van Mil, Krozer also in the pit at the moment. We're waiting for Dara to pull the trigger on his pit. He's going to have to. He's going for another one. I think this is This is not the right thing to do at the moment. Lots of people come in for pits already.
Also, we have got action from race control finally.
Okay.
So we have got a 5-second time penalty for car 777 for causing a collision on lap 1, turn 3.
That must have been our big tap that we saw at the beginning, or at least a little tap. Wasn't the big crash.
No, not the huge, massive one. Then we have a 10-second time penalty for car 8 for causing a collision on lap 1, turn 4. So that may have been connected as well.
Yeah.
Car 8, so that is...
car 8 is a little further down at the moment, I think. That's Canna Beach in the pit at the moment.
Okay. Then we've got a no further action for car 294 for dangerous driving on lap 1, turn 6. That, I believe, was Lucas?
Okay.
The Ferrari who left the session.
Yep.
Yeah. No further action. 20-second time penalty for car 22 for causing a collision and 2 license points. Lap 1, turn 12. That, I believe, is the huge, massive one.
The big one, yeah. I think you're right. And I know there's a lot of cars in the pit at the moment.
Yeah.
Car 20, did you say?
22. That was involving 22, 619, 6, 7, 47.
Okay, that's Dominic Goltz, but I think he's parked the car. He's still in the pit, as has Canna Beach has done the same. Theo Overhouse has got a drive-through too. So yeah, number 8, number 22, I think are done. They're not going to take any further part in this session. Overhouse with a drive-through. That's probably for speeding in the pit lane. He is out, and he's coming to do that penalty right now. So the PRS
McCormack's in.
Man, oh, interesting. McCormack's in. Right, who is the top of the current pitters? It's Whitehead, isn't it? I think we should probably stay with Whitehead to see how close as he goes under the very weirdly spelt banner.
believe he's just coming up to turn 14. Yeah, going through turn 14, Caro. Now up to turn 15. McCormack's been released already.
Wow, quick one. Quick boy. It's a weird entrance, though, this, at Misano. So I don't think it's going to be gifted. So where's McCormack? He's been released. Yeah, it's a long old run.
Whitehead's crossing the line.
Yeah.
Could be close.
This is going to be incredibly close. Whitehead must be...
First corner. Second corner. Yeah, you actually might have him here. Third corner. He's ahead.
There you go.
He's come out into second place with Blotto right behind him. So we could see a Bentley face-off.
I think we're definitely going to see a Bentley face-off. You know why? Because those tyres are cold as anything. As Darren McCormack in the Williams Esports has got a little bit of work to do. He's getting chased down by the 192 of Matteo Bellotto. That Bentley behind is going to be that little bit better on the brakes, that little bit better on the exit. But McCormack doing very well in these conditions with these tyres.
There's also a fight between Papin and Overhouse, the two teammates in the Audis.
Oh, that does sound interesting, I'm not going to lie. I want to just say what's happening at the moment with these guys at the top, because I think we're going to see a little bit of a move soon. Mattia getting very close to the back of Dara here. There was a very nice undercut from Whitehead, you're right. Sorry, Saf.
The rest of the race control staff, a 10-second time penalty for car 47 for causing a collision lap 1, turn 14. That was with car 13.
Mm-hmm.
And then no further action on an incident between 72, 56, 12, 29, 33, 114 and 151 on lap 1, turn 14. So that might have been...
That's everything. The big... Yeah.
So
everyone
no
touching everyone. Yeah.
And then lap 1, turn 15, that is the penultimate corner. 10-second time penalty for car 42 for causing a collision with 22 and 840.
Okay, that's Nolla. Probably an unsafe rejoin, maybe something along those lines. But, yeah. Okay, Romanenko then releases Whitehead and gives him the lead as he comes in to the pits. And we were talking earlier where Shintz would be after all these pits. He's in 6th position behind Tinko, Smolnier, Bellotto, McCormack and Whitehead. So still looking quite good. But yeah, we've got a bit of a race on now for Bellotto and McCormack. So this is going to heat up, I think, towards the end of this race. We're over halfway now. What was happening, did you say, a little bit further down that we wanted to keep an eye on?
And Overhouse.
Okay.
The two PRS Motorsport Audi drivers.
Are they still together at the moment?
No, they're fairly close. Overhouse has just gone a bit wide.
Yeah. Two Audis together. I know from experience the Audi is an absolute bastard round here. It's really not the nicest car to drive. So yeah, no wonder these boys are slightly struggling. Remy Papin then, as I always say, the Season 7 Tier 2 champion. Absolute dominant performance from Remy Papin. No wonder he's been promoted into Tier 1. He is incredibly fast and he's trying to take chunks out of Theo Overhouse. Papin must have had a really disastrous race because we've seen Overhouse already do a drive-through. So I'm not too sure what happened with Remy at the beginning, but it must have been just as disastrous.
I believe he was involved in that very early incident on lap 1.
Okay,
I believe he was involved in that.
Oh, Overhouse's car is ruined as Papin goes for the inside.
Coming into 8. Team orders going on.
Could quite possibly be saying, "Look, you're holding me up, mate. Let's sort this out."
Oh no, that does not look like team orders.
It doesn't, does he? The 36 and the 6 then going toe to toe. Papin's car is undamaged though, and you can see Overhouse's is completely scrapped to pieces. He is still fighting for that place. Remy should get.
That's a very good exit.
Yeah, he should get that undercut, that little kind of switchback, but no. Okay,
that's the leader right behind them.
It is. You're right.
So we can still keep an eye on that while watching this.
Oh, that looks scary. Oh, I think there's some bad news coming in a minute.
Oh.
Oh.
Papin definitely seems to have the advantage of Overhouse. This is putting his car in exactly the right place to defend.
just reading the chat saying Lucky W got a DT. I can't quite see him getting a DT. Who are we talking about here?
Why did
He's not got one though. Did he? Has
No,
he
he's
done it?
He served it.
Okay,
So he's down to 29th now.
Okay, yeah, Luca then getting a DT after a disastrous race on Saturday for the FTW boy. Unfortunately, losing the lead in a pivotal point in the race, and they never quite got back into it. Came across the line though in class third, so got themselves a podium, but arguably threw away the race. So yeah, not quite up to the normal tricks of FTW. They're normally very, very good over a good long hour distance, like the 9 hours of Donny that we had on Saturday. But unfortunately, they weren't able to convert what was a stunning qualifying session, getting themselves the pole, but didn't take the W.
Meanwhile, I've got another penalty for Golds, even though it looks like he's pretty much pulled it in for the rest. A 5-second penalty for causing a collision with car 777, lap 3, turn 8.
Okay, yeah, that's with Danila Sherapin then, that must have been. So the 22 and the 777 coming together a little while back. But no, he's definitely done. Canabeach and Goltz are done for the day. They're not going anywhere. They're just sitting here and watching what's happening ahead as we stay on board then with Papin and Canabeach at the back of the pack. The PRS boys going to town and war, it seems.
Move down inside. What is he? No, he's surely got to think better of that.
Yeah, it's very tough to do the overtake through this first section at Misano. Got to wait for one of those hard braking zones, like down into 8. Possibly get it done a little bit, maybe 13, 14. But yeah, got to pick your moment here. I'm surprised Papin's taking this long. He's probably being very cautious because it's his teammate, but we're going to have a little bit of a blue flag situation here as the leader's about to come through, and this could work to Remy's benefit, actually. He could get out of the way in a good position.
If he lets them through early, he can get back up to speed and follow them through as they lap over House, as I believe Verstappen did in Monaco 2015.
Yes, that was great to watch, wasn't it? That was in the Toro Rosso. He was overtaking everyone as a back marker. And he does get out of the way then. Remy Papin pulling the car over a little bit too aggressively. I definitely wouldn't have done that. That's cost him a lot of time.
But the thing is, Overhouse will have to pretty much give up that amount of time because of how close McCormack is to Whitehead.
Yeah, I know, but I guess it's a very tough part of the track to do this, to let these guys through. I'm not sure if Remy Papin did that in the best possible place. Let's see what happens with Theo when he decides to pull over. If it was me, I'd wait till the start-finish straight because everything around here is just a bit too close. And that will definitely net him some time against Remy if that is the case. But they're just a little bit too far back for blue flags at this stage. Would you do? Yeah.
And Papin's got to let through Blotto soon as well.
He definitely does. Yeah, here we go. Right, he's making the move then. Theo's going to do it into turn 1. Very wise place to do it there. You can see the other car just behind letting Mattia through. So yeah, that's the gap then. Remy's lost himself a good 2 or 3 seconds in that little stage of flags. And it's going to go on for a little while longer, I think, actually, because there's more cars coming through. So not too good then for the PRS boys.
Of course, Blotto does still need to get past Overhouse, so that could cost him the amount of time. But then, Smoliar's already on the back of Papin, so he needs to let another car through.
Yeah, it's unfortunate we're going to keep getting this for a while, I think.
Yeah. After Vandervelde, there seems to be a little bit of open air where they can go racing again.
Okay, well, I think we'll rejoin that little battle in a minute. I think we should focus maybe on Dara, getting a little bit close to Luke Whitehead in this little section here. We actually, Connor and Mr. Nipples himself, the 151 and the 12 getting very close too. Might have to see what's happening in that little battle. It's Cody, sorry. Cody and Nick. PPR Esports. Doing very well in Tier 1 this season so far. Making a mark for themselves. A newer team that I've not really heard of before. But got themselves some good signings, it seems. You've got Cody with Whitehead. Black Gold Saw was running around with that paint as well. So got themselves some high-profile boys. And the paint scheme is brilliant too.
Papin, ooh, I thought Papin was coming in, he was just letting Vandervelde through. And now he hasn't got to let anyone through, he's just got to wait for Overhouse to let Vandervelde through. And when Overhouse let the car before Vandervelde through, there wasn't that much of a gap between them, so Papin does still have a chance.
Okay. I'll keep an eye on what's going on. with Papin. If they do get close, let me know and I'll quickly switch over, because I want to watch what's happening with Cody Pride as he gets close to Nick Nepals, probably arguably one of the best names in sim racing at the moment. Nick Nepals in 9th place in the 12 Bentley, doing quite well at the moment. It's got a good car for Misano. Cody, though, is chasing him down for position. This is for the top 10 at the moment. Very nicely on the nose is that Porsche.
Overhouse has let Van der Velde through. There's 8 tenths between him and Papin.
Yeah, big gap then, unfortunately. Who have we got to get past Papin after that? There's a car just
the next
behind.
one is Shint.
Okay, a little bit of a gap. So Remy, Papin, Overhouse fight should resume momentarily, I think.
Hopefully.
Yep, we've got Foch, Dubil and Romanenko quite close on track, as well as Merlers is in that fight too. Rose, a little bit further up, is getting very close to the back of Wenham as he's fighting for 24th position. It's going to be incredibly hard to do it through here. The 11, 12, 13 complex is pretty speedy, to say the least. You have an off going through 12. It's, yeah, squeaky bum time.
Wyckoff is serving a drive-through.
Enel Rose going sideways through 12. I just said it's squeaky bum time, and he does exactly that. But he's still right on the back of Wenham for 24th position. He wants to get past here. He's on a mission, it seems. Going through 16. He's going to tee him up here for a little dive down into turn 1. Rose then having to wait a little while longer. See what's happening up the top. Verstappen following Merlers, Foch and Dubil, all quite close together. There's lots of fights going on everywhere, guys. We can't keep up with it, unfortunately. Where should we watch? What should we do? Guide me, Saf.
I would not suggest Papin and Overhouse. They've extended to a second between them now, but I will still keep updated on that.
We've got fights going on all down the grid at the moment. Romanenko, Dubil, Foch and Merles is where we are at the moment, but we do have Rose getting close to Wenham, and we also have Torogosha, Vitalich and Niels also very, very close together. So there's like 3 battles at the moment that we could focus on, but I think I'm just going to have to choose whichever one's in front of us at this stage. You can see Rose getting very close onto the back of Wenham there as we go through this fast
very
section.
close to Whitehead. He's hit the back of him. He hasn't sent him around, but he did tap the back of Whitehead.
Getting impatient then through turns, I think it's 3 and 4.
It definitely wasn't purposeful. It looked like he just had a bit of a later breaking point, but they got very close. I don't know if they'll get close again anytime soon, because that set McCormack back a little bit from the tap. But they did get very close there for a moment. Also, Smoliar getting quite close to Blotto.
Puff Priet, if it is a she, just correct me. I've got no idea if they're he's or she's. It doesn't tell me the orientation, unfortunately. It just tells me the name. So if I'm miscalling it, just say I've got no idea. I can just assume that it's a he, but obviously there's plenty of sim racing drivers there of all different orientations. So don't, pull me up on it if I'm wrong. As the battle does intensify between Whitehead and McCormack. Smoliar and Bellotto's getting close too. So we might have to just check in back there. As you can see them in the back of the picture getting very close. But this battle for the lead is getting quite spicy between Whitehead and McCormack. Yeah, it just looks like that Bentley slightly better on the brakes.
Yeah. And then McLaren's good on the exit of corners.
McCormack's definitely on a hustle at the moment, isn't he? He's trying to get past. But, Whitehead, really good rotation from that car. Doesn't seem forced at all. Does go wide. Yeah. I don't think that'll hurt him too much through there. The curbs are quite aggressive, so it's not too bad that he got off them. Just goes to show, though, not a Porsche track. Look, you've got Shintz, Malinowski, and Cruiser all the way down in 6th, 7th, and 8th. And then Connor and King also 11th, 12th. No Ferraris in the top 10. "15 minutes to go then. We've got a quarter of the race remaining, and it's not really let up, has it? It's been constant. We haven't got any big gaps really. Everyone's so close. I'm not too sure really what's going to happen here. I think McCormack does look like the aggressor though, doesn't he? As Smolio and Bellotto getting very close again through the very similar sections that these two guys are getting quite close. I think that was through 13. Sorry, through I think it was 14-15 section. Just a slightly better turn 1 angle from McCormack, it looks like, at least from this camera. It's not really giving him a lot of time. I think that that big Bentley, funny this, is suffering a little bit from understeer, whereas that McLaren does look a little bit more hooked up on the front end for Whitehead.
Meanwhile, Papin is close up to within 4/10 of Overhouse.
Okay. Well, keep us in the loop on what's going on with those boys. Don't want to run away from this battle at the moment because it's just getting so close. Change for the lead. It's just typical me and you, Sam.
Lotto's got past Smolia.
Oh wow, okay.
Smolia's trying to get back, going off the track to try and get past. Down the inside, believe going into turn 10. Tramonto. Yeah, he gets past, but Blotto might have the better exit.
Well, I think that was it was just a general change. Smoljar was always 4th, so Bellotto losing the place then. So yeah, Smoljar up to 3rd place. So Whitehead, McCormack, Smoljar, but there is a run into 11. I think Smoljar's probably going to hold on to it. So the F3 driver doing very well. Up into 3rd place. Good stuff.
I think Blotto was trying to scare Smoljar, didn't work, and he's been exposed to Vandervelde a bit now.
Yep.
He's going to be closing up.
Yeah, Tinko's going to have a little look, I think, soon enough. But yeah, Black Gold saw very true. These tyres for Luke Whitehead are going to be disappearing round about now, because that's probably the advantage that he had on that pit. He came in probably about 10 minutes earlier than McCormack, so McCormack's boots are going to be definitely much fresher at this stage in the race. So it's going to be very, very tricky for Luke Whitehead to hold on to this. He's going to be defending, I think, for the next 15 minutes, or at least 13 minutes. It's going to be very, very tough. The Bentley just generally better on tyres. And it does look like that McLaren is using a lot of tyre to get the rotation. It's still holding on, though. '13th and 14th getting very close. Calpunem and Atkins very close together. Only 3/10 separates them. So there could be some more action going on back down the pack, but there is Adam Dubiel, Prendergast and Foch also still very close, with Merlers just dropping off the back of them slightly. So yeah, there's still battles going on. I'm sure there's Overhouse and Papin are still very close, just outside the timing screens at the moment. As the gap has opened up slightly between Cody and Nick Newells. Not seeing so much of a fight going on with them two, but Sherapin slightly coming under attack then. 4/10 back between the 9th and 10th boys. So we'll keep an eye on that through the next timing screen. Oh, it's getting very close. Might have to just dip down to see what's going on with Danila. He's actually been done already. And that's maybe not. Is it Sherapin? Yeah, he has already been done. Already been overtaken.
Another penalty.
Ooh, who have we got?
We've got a 10-second time penalty for car 114 for a collision with car 72, turn 14, lap 9.
114. Right.
That is the Ferrari coming in 15th.
Yeah, Jonas Savalainen. 10-second for him. Okay, Malinowski's getting very close onto the back of Shintz as well. A lot of cars closing up, but not being able to overtake at this stage. McCormack and Whitehead, still 4/10 separates them. But yeah, we're on board at the moment with the two Porsches. Tortellini himself struggling a little bit here, but I think it's just the car not performing as well round Misano as it looks like it can, just generally. Yeah, Luke's going to have to really defend hard, as he has actually come under a little bit more of an attack here from McCormack. They're incredibly close. Closer than they've been so far. Smoljar has definitely left Bellotto now at this stage. And Tinko is getting very close onto the back of that Bentley for 4th place. Right, we do one more then. 10 minutes to go. And the Whitehead-McCormack battle still raging on. No changes from these guys just yet. Let's seeing what's happening with Tinko. You can see in the back of the screen they're getting very close onto the back of Matteo Bellotto. Probably a matter of time before this changes round. The 66 then looking for a position. .456 is probably not the best place to get an overtake done, but looking for maybe a run down into 8. Apparently this is a corner here we're going through right now. If Spaghetti Boy becomes P6, he's 1 point in front of Michael. Well, there you go. That is that's interesting. But some of the other boys are going to be pretty close. We'll have a look at the standings towards the end. See what's going on. 2 tenths then separates Whitehead and McCormack. They're getting very close, guys. Got some back markers coming into the fray then for Luke. You have to navigate these quite well, I think. Not too sure who that is. Getting well out of the way though. Yeah, no, I don't think there's anything like that. There's no drop rounds or anything. At the moment, it's just a straight championship. Still this fight rages on, Saf. We've not got any changes yet.
Well, a battle that's maybe a tiny bit tighter. Kevin Niles, Alex Torregrossa and Pim Van Mil all fighting for a lowly 27th, but very close. And they've got Veilik not too far in front.
Whitehead had to defend there down into 8, which cost him a little bit on exit. McCormack then looking the aggressor in this little section.
Is that going to be a move?
Always putting the nose up the inside, but on the outside, sorry, trying to let him know that he's there. Whitehead having to compromise his lines to keep position, and that just overall is slowing him down.
McCormack flashing his lights.
I really don't know why you flash at that point, you know, unless he said sorry for a tap. Because there was a little bit of contact, but nothing disastrous then. Down into 12 and 13. Luke staying on the track again, going defensive.
Well, he has to, as if he doesn't go defensive, he risks a move from McCormack.
Yep, well, you've got to be careful. He's just trying to avoid the dive, I think, from McCormack.
Yeah.
Really, I think at that point you don't lose too much on exit if you do that. McCormack looking mighty through turn 1 on the outside curb. He's really hunting down Luke. You can tell the tyres are really coming into it now, as Luke's just got no real grip left. He's just holding on. He's doing enough though. He's got to make his car as wide as possible, as McCormack looking a little bit wild through 3 and 4. But he's okay. Oh, I think it's 4 and 5 actually, but anyway, he's doing alright. Just holding on to the car.
He's got the slipstream, he's got the toe.
He's going to attack, I think, down into 8. Whitehead's going to hold the inside. Push him out wide, Luke. Show him the door. Not enough.
Very good defence on Whitehead.
Mm-hmm. Seem to remember someone else defending quite well in his last league race. Didn't you remember? You know, shouting a lot about your defence round Monaco last time out. It's a masterclass, Saf.
Mm-hmm.
Cody's getting quite close.
McCormack going for another move. Oh, he's tried it. Very late breaks. I think he's trying to scare Whitehead. I think he's trying to scare him into going far more defensive than he wants to.
I was going to say, it's a little bit wild. That's actually cost him time, look. It was a little bit brave trying to make a move through 13 happen.
I think, honestly, he might be going for even maybe a mine punt at some point.
Yeah, I guess, but he's got to be careful. Look who's menacing in the background. Look, Smoljar is on the pace at the moment, and give it
1.7 behind.
I mean, if we had a couple more laps, I think he might be able to get right up there. I think the problem is Whitehead's going slow. That's causing problems at the moment. This is why we've got this little battle going on. Sherapin getting very close onto the back of Cody at this stage, or either the other way round. Cody's suffering or just got past. Might see another move then down into 8. It doesn't look as impressive as it did last time. But going all the way to the outside. Whitehead.
He won't get it then.
No.
He might try and get the cutback. No. That corner is not designed well for cutbacks.
He's just going to have to show the car on the inside. He's going to have to force the inside into 8. He's got to get onto the inside before Luke can cover it off and just put the car there.
This is looking promising. This is looking promising, but it's also very dangerous if he tries it.
He's right on the marbles there, Luke. He's going to pick up a bit of debris on the car. He might understeer here.
He's got to keep that inside line. Is McCormick going to go for the inside? No, he goes for the outside again. Hasn't worked so far. Doesn't work this time. Very nearly a tap once more. They have already made contact once. They don't need to do it again. And look how close Smoljar's getting.
He's sorting
still
out
4
that
minutes.
gap.
He has a chance.
He does,
There's
definitely.
still 4 minutes left. That's what, 2-3 laps?
Yep, definitely got a chance here for Smoljar. It's he's actually got a second that lap, so in this pace he'll be right with that pack. You know, I would say middle part of the lap, going through 11. He'll be right on the back of McCormack, and that's going to be. This is not good for McCormack at this stage. Whitehead he can manage 2 people a little bit easier. If anything, this is a help for him. He's got someone else attacking the number 14, which is definitely what Luke wants. Luke's struggling now, but only a couple of laps in it now.
Oh, doesn't want to be going well there. He got a bit of grass. But McCormick doesn't have the toe he's had the last couple laps. And also, just to put in perspective how much slower they're going, Whitehead's quickest lap, a 32.8. What they did last lap, a 34.5. They go nearly 2 seconds slower than their peak average pace. McCormack's quickest lap, a 32.6. Last lap, 34.4. Smoljar, quickest lap, 32.6. Last lap, 33.4.
Very
McCormack,
fast.
I think there was a bit of flashing again.
Yeah. There's news coming into the chat that apparently McCormack's getting a little bit hot under the collar at this stage. We've probably only got maybe 2 laps left after this one.
Oh.
Really close on the back end there.
Yeah, Smoljar's
on.
fully in this fight now.
Yep.
He's just going to be looking for any chink in the armor. This is going to make McCormack sick because now he's good to defend and attack at the same time.
3-way tussle.
Whitehead just has to defend. Smoljar just has to attack.
Yeah, if anything, puts the pressure on McCormack here. He's getting a little bit upset that he hasn't got it done any earlier. Right, we've definitely only got 2 laps remaining, I think, at this stage. Might get 3 in. It depends on the pace. I think it's
this
2.
lap, another lap, and then final lap after that.
Well, Luke's done a brilliant job to hold on this far. Just got to hold on a few more. But Smoljar now looking in a very nice position here to just pick up the pieces, really. Spicy stuff indeed. Right, this is where I said McCormack should try and get the front end in.
He hasn't got the toe he had before. He needs that toe again if he wants to get down the inside.
Yeah, that McLaren very good on that mid-range speed.
The Bentley just seems so well set up for late braking.
Always looking for a cutback here.
Oh, not a cutback, but definitely on the side. Look at Smolly. He's got a good X on McCormack. Smolly doesn't seem to have great straight line speed because even with the slipstream, he was losing a bit.
Yeah, it feels like the atmosphere has changed here with this battle since Smoljar joined. Whitehead
Smolly's going to try and get it done, McCormack.
Oh, McCormack's going to be really angry at this stage. Smoljar up the outside into 14. He has to leave space. Alonso vibes. All good. Very well done. We're going to get
move on to the last lap.
this and one more maybe. No, this is
the
it.
last one,
This is the
one.
last lap. You are right. Okay, Luke Whitehead then leading the round for the last lap. Interesting. 1, 2, 3, still not decided with only 58 seconds to go and 16 corners left.
I think McCormack's under more pressure than Whitehead at this point.
Definitely. He's got only, like you say, to attack and defend, but Smolyar behind is very racy at this stage of the race. Going wide again for Whitehead, but not getting a mark against the name. Got to be careful. You can abuse that one a little bit more so. No dive then, down into 8s. We come through a very low speed section that does benefit the Bentley.
Smolia went very wide into that. I think that's pretty much cost him any chance of a top 2 finish now, unless something happens between these two, which might happen, but it's not looking overly likely. I think Whitehead is just going to hold on unless McCormack has an amazing straight here.
Yep, I think that may have just given Whitehead a little bit of room to be able to hold on. Okay, the clock has run down to its last digits and we're in red timer, so we are done for the race. It's now just our last few corners as McCormack's going to get slightly desperate here to try and get a move done all over the back of Luke Whitehead. We might see a last-minute ditch attempt to get past through turn 15, but he's
crazy too.
I think he's too far back now. Luke Whitehead giving absolute masterclass in defence on old tyres on that car. He's going to hold on to the line. McCormack's going to run him. I don't think he's going to have it in the car. He's done. Good stuff. Luke Whitehead then getting the win. McCormack second. Smolyar chasing down to the end. Didn't quite have enough left in the car. Let's not lose out on what's happening back towards the middle pack. Sherapin is very close with Cody, I think, but not quite getting there. Malinowski 7th. Shintz got 6th in the end as Cody and Sherapin. Whereabouts?
I think Savalainen has just got past Atkins. Yes, he has. So that's a swap around between the Porsche and the Bentley. Sorry, the Ferrari and Bentley.
That's all good. Don't think we've got any more action going on. P20 with Foch, I think, is coming across the line ahead of Merlers in the end. Torregrossa and Weidelich very close. See what's going on with them. They're actually still going through a very fast section. Torregrossa in 26th, Weidelich 25th position. Maybe let's just jump on board for this last little battle here.
Niles and Van Mill behind as well.
Yeah, we'll jump back to them just as we see who's the victor. I think Luca's going to hold on to it. Torregrossa looks like he's just let off slightly. Let's have a look at Pim. Pim and Niles coming to the line behind each other. I think we're all good there. Good race for everyone involved. I think everyone can be very pleased with how that one turned out. That was a real treat at the end there with Whitehead, McCormack and Smolyar doing the business. Bad track to overtake? Well, you could say that. Good track to make mistakes. So yeah, I think that was a brilliant round 2 to get us really tucked into this Season 8 with AOR's GT3. Good, yes. No, I want to have a little chat with Whitehead. It would be great to have a little chat with these guys to see how things are going on and how the race went for them. So if anyone wants to jump in and have a chat, we'll be definitely up for that. Let's just go back to the garage here and see if we can get McCormack in as well. Right, there we go. Let's just hop back to this little screen, guys, whilst we have a chat with, I think it's Whitehead, did you say, was in the box. Good, it'd be good to see what happened with him, because obviously we had, I think, a little bit of a technical. Who was it that blocked out at the middle part of the race? I don't think it was Luke. Right, how you doing, Luke?
Oh, I've got no words.
Got no energy left at this stage.
Yeah, I'm genuinely speechless. I'm genuinely speechless. That is the best race I've ever had in a sim race. Genuinely. That was just... Whew, I'm still, my brain's trying to comprehend what just happened. To hold off a Bentley, which is better on its tyres. The fact that it's really good. You know, I overfueled, I think, by about 12 litres, 10 litres. So a lot, ahead of a lot. And it was, yeah, I was battling with obviously McCormack and Smolyar at the start, and wow, I just I can't believe it. I've got to say though, I'm gutted for George Boothby because he had I think his wheel failed or broke. So I'm gutted for him really, because he'd have been up there with us. You know, he was the lead. I think he was P2 before me and McCormick made our pit stops. So yeah, it was a really really good race. I just was parking the bus, desperate. I was just like, I want this win so badly, because Misano is probably my best track, or my favorite track. So I was desperate to get it. And obviously I've just joined PPR Esports probably about a week ago now. So yeah, I honestly couldn't be happier. I couldn't be happier. You know, well done to Alex. Obviously, he's no stranger to being right up the sharp end. Obviously, in FIF3, he's a extremely quick guy as well. And obviously, well done to McCormick as well. Just yeah, crazy battle, crazy battle.
It was. It was fun to watch. It was a masterclass in defending, I must say. But you made that early stop work for you, and like you say, you benefited a little bit from George's issue with his wheel. I think it was stuck in fourth gear or something along those lines.
Yeah.
So yeah, unfortunately, kind of getting himself out of that race. But it's good to see you back after a bit of a disaster last week. But good points on the board now. And should we have a little chat? I think it's Dara. I think that's how you pronounce it, McCormack.
Yes. I'm not certainly sure. He's a good friend of mine, and I still don't know how to pronounce his name. It's not really a good look for me, is it?
It is Dara, isn't it? We've been calling it Dara. I know you had a chat with me afterwards about the pronunciation, because as anyone watching knows, that's probably my biggest failing, is actually saying people's names right. It kind of does go hand in hand with shouting about races. But boys, what an incredible battle. A little bit frustrated at the end there?
For me, yeah, a little bit. But I was mainly, the reason I was frustrated was just, I was like trying to tell him that small yard is catching up. I was just getting worried that he was going to overtake us, so I was kind of like, get a move on, but come on type thing.
I don't think he had any left to give. I think that was it.
Yeah, my tyres were shot. I mean, the McLaren is not brilliant on its tyres around here. I mean, the setup that I used didn't help. It was a full quali setup, the same setup I used in qualifying, so it just tore its rears apart. I think I was on like 2.1 wear at the end, and that's only in 40 minutes, so you can imagine what it would do in a full hour. So yeah, I had nothing left. I had absolutely nothing left at the end, but good race, man. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
So did I, man.
It was it's rare to have a close battle like that. When, you know, because usually people just body you out the way. And to be fair, Alex, like, I was a bit nervous that we were all just going to concertina up, but yeah, I mean, you just able to hold him off. I think it was side by side, weren't you, going to the last lap? So
yeah, I was doing my best to like try and overtake you and hold him off. So
yeah.
If anything, I think you had a little bit more work to do there, because obviously you're defending and attacking at the same time. Knowing the caliber of these lads as well, trying to overtake someone like Luke, and then obviously with Alex behind, pretty tough. Oh, he was waiting for an interview. He's just dropped out. Oh, that's a shame. I was going to get him in literally now, but never mind. If he comes back, we'll bring him in. But as soon as Smolyar arrived at that little fight, the whole atmosphere changed. So he has come back. You could tell that you were put under so much more pressure, because obviously you had to defend and also attack. Let's bring Alex in there and see if we can get his point of view. Great little run there to get up to the back of these boys, Alex. It was really fun to watch you guys battle with these with the other two at top. Did you see an opportunity there to even get the race win at one point?
Yeah, first of all, thanks a lot, and congrats to everyone on the podium as well. I think there was an opportunity, but I don't know. I tried it once to get to P2. It's just that I didn't want to, sit there for all the time and in the end not gain anything. So I tried once, but it's hard. It's not like the track where you really can overtake a lot. So I was just sitting there, trying not to do a mistake or crash anyone. Because P3 in the end from P7 was already a decent job for me, so I'm still happy. Yeah,
I think you should be pretty damn pleased. I almost called the top three as well, by the way. I think I said, I can't remember now. I think I said George, Luke, Alex. Sorry, Dara. To get the 1, 2, 3. Obviously, George then had the DNF. But hey, we got given an absolute treat round Misano. There was battles everywhere in the whole grid. We couldn't watch all of them, but your three there at the end stole the show. So congratulations, Luke. You got yourself maximum points there, and that's going to help your championship going forward. Dara, still good points anyway. And Alex, like you say, what a recovery to get up onto the bottom step of the podium. Congratulations all round, guys.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
Well done,
Thank you very much.
Alex and Dara. Great racing, man.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
It
well
was
done,
really respectful, which is great. Always good fun.
Thank you very much.
Brilliant. Well, I'll leave you there, lads. We'll just drag you up, if you don't mind. There we go. Perfect. Oh, no, that's Saf. We need to bring him back. Right. Oh, no, I keep moving up. Sorry, Saf. Back you come. Sorry, mate. Right. What a crazy race. I mean, we had some real top-tier driving and very respectful driving, I must say. Everyone very respectful with each other, which is good to see. God, it brings me flashbacks of what happened with Tortellini and Kevin Ciclari at the championship end last season. Oh, drama. Anyway, we didn't get any of that. We didn't get that at all. And that's good to see. We didn't see anyone having any tears because of incidents going on track, which was good. Any kind of little standout points for you?
No, just well done, Whitehead. Good job to McCormick staying on second. Alex, and then we had it.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm still mightily impressed with the performance from Luke Whitehead, still coming out here and just absolutely smashing it. That boy is very versatile. He obviously had a nasty race in Kyalami, but still coming back to Misano and putting down the pace that got the job done. So very interesting to see if he can improve from his third place last time out in Season 7. So if he continues like this, he would definitely be doing that, considering a lot of the guys at the top end. It was Michael that didn't get any points at all this time. I think, as chat was saying, we might have Tortellini still at the top end of the standings. We'll touch on that at the next race, because obviously we'll have 2 races worth of results to go through. So we'll end it there, lads and lasses. We will, though, however, shout out the race tomorrow for Tier 2. Me and Saf don't do that anymore. We, however, hand over the reins to the very capable Architeuthis and Timosaurus. And you can find those guys exactly the same time and same place, 7:30, for the Tier 2 boys. And from what I understand, Tier 2 last time out was a bit of well, stuff went down. So if you want to see some absolute action and some scenes, then do tune in tomorrow to have those guys bless you round Misano one more time before we go over. I think it's to is it Nürburgring next? Where are we off to? Yeah, Nürburgring next week. Yeah, perfect. Then Snetterton, and then we're halfway.
Yeah.
And we're halfway.
And then Zandvoort, Suzuka, Monza, and ending with Spa.
This is a really good calendar, this. I'm really actually quite impressed. Snetterton coming in there with a GT pack, and then obviously we're off to Zandvoort, Suzuka, Monza, and Spa. Yeah, good. Ending in Spa. Well, lads, I think we will let the music chime us out for the last couple of minutes. So thanks once again, everyone who stayed with us for most of the race. Everyone in the chat, thank you very much. Enjoy your evening, lads. Black Gold Source saying, poor Saf being bullied in voice chat. I was throwing you from pillar to post there, mate. I didn't mean to. We'll let you go, guys. Thanks again for everyone who stayed in for the whole race. We enjoy a little battle like that, especially when it gets pretty spicy. So yeah, like I say, join us again tomorrow for Tier 2. That's me and Saf out for the evening.